A big tsunami scare brings tiny waves to Hawaii.
Attention, attention. A tsunami alert has been activated.
Tidal wave warning, go to high ground.
You must leave the beach. Tidal wave, tsunami coming.
Good evening. It was just another Wednesday in Hawaii until 2 o'clock this afternoon when the sirens went off, and that's when Wednesday became Tsunami Day. The chain of events began in a chain of islands far northwest of ours. The Aleutians were rocked by 3 earthquakes. The last one measured 7.7 on the Richter scale, the biggest quake on Earth since the one that killed thousands in Mexico last year. The Aleutian quakes hit about 1:45 our time. A tsunami watch was posted for the North and Central Pacific.
Tsunami warning, and that they should leave the beach area immediately.
How long has it taken you to clear the beach?
It didn't take us any time once the warning actually came from the air.
The traffic moved out of the park, as did the big boats at the Ala
We were
Yacht
just
Harbor.
asking if they should evacuate to higher grounds, and if, yeah, and they're just really concerned about that, what we're going to do if the tsunami hits.
What most people will probably remember about today's tsunami warning is the traffic. The sirens triggered one of the worst traffic jams Honolulu has ever seen.
It was bumper to bumper on just about every street in Honolulu this afternoon. Most businesses sent their workers home early.
The traffic was unbelievable.
Ala Moana Boulevard was just one of the many streets jammed. Overheated cars added to the problem. The harbor was also a busy place as ships took off for deep and safer water.
Gene Kim tried to leave Waikiki at 3 o'clock.
It took me 45 minutes just to get to King and Punahou.
John McCann tried to get out of the Ala Moana Center parking lot.
And the traffic was so backed up, it was already 20 to 5. And we heard something was going to start at 5.
And the traffic jams were not just in Honolulu.
I came from Kailua at the time, and it was pretty heavy coming over there.
Others headed for higher ground. We caught up with these folks long after the traffic cleared.
It was pretty bad, but everybody knew what to do. Everybody gave way. And
why did you decide on Tantalus?
High ground.
On the North Shore, officials moved quickly to warn residents and evacuate low-lying areas. Those who live along the beach scrambled to get their belongings to safety.
I don't know what to tell you, it's pits. I never had to pick what I wanted to keep. We got a whole house full of stuff, a little bitty truck.
More than 8,000 headed for Red Cross shelters island-wide. Al Wonder has already seen 2 tsunamis hit Oahu.
Honolulu, it took my stuff over half a mile up in the mountains. And in 57, I was about 20 feet ahead of it. My boys, about 7 years old, was running, hollering, "Run, Dad, run, Dad." We got in the car and took off, beat it, but it took our house down in Hawaii.
Civil Defense sounded the sirens at 6:30 this morning.
This area has been closed. Civil Defense closed the beach. Would you please walk up to the street?
Be aware that a tsunami is a series of waves that may continue to arrive for several hours after the initial wave and pose a threat to all shores of Oahu.
Please move away from the beach area.
Residents prepare for the worst as a deadly earthquake in Japan prompts a tsunami warning across the Pacific. Good evening. Thank you for joining us on this Tuesday, the 4th of October. Long before Hawaii residents woke up this morning, a major earthquake shook the ocean floor off Japan's northernmost island. By the time most island residents here did get up, a tsunami warning had been issued for the entire Pacific Basin, including the Hawaiian Islands.
It was about 10 after 5 this morning when state and county civil defense teams began mobilizing. The first thing they did was coordinate the sounding of the sirens. That was at 6:30.
We're getting the boat ready to take it out. We're probably going to go about 3 or 4 miles out and sit and wait. We just don't want to take any chances.
We're not taking this lightly. We take it very serious.
Like they do during hurricane scares, residents lined up at the gas pumps and stocked up on grocery supplies.
Many people still called civil defense, jamming the phone lines, confused about what exactly was going on.
Everybody on the 1st and 2nd level should go to the 3rd and 4th level of the hotel.
Any plan for evacuation?
At this point, we haven't ruled that out.
Many beach areas were completely vacant. Kaimana Beach Hotel is situated right on the beach. Management wasn't taking any chances. An entire wing was evacuated. The tourists who were evacuated were taken to either another hotel or to one of two Waikiki elementary schools, Jefferson Elementary or Waikiki Elementary.
Well, I'm glad that they warned us early, and we're not unhappy that we came up here and are waiting. Hopefully there'll be nothing, but if there is something, we're happier here.
Are you worried?
A little bit. I've never been through a tsunami before.
Well, I'm kind of nervous, but we're far enough away. I hated to leave.
With tens of thousands of people, and I know it was perhaps inconvenient for many people, but we had to be sure that there was not a potential for serious loss of life.
We will declare an all clear at 11:55 hours.
And that Civil Defense didn't cry wolf.
Today's response is a far cry from 1986, when a tsunami warning created traffic gridlock and confusion. Officials say they've rewritten their procedures and are using better communication technology. Of course, you're never going to please everyone. The city says 2 people called up and said the warning sirens were too loud.
As for Waikiki and Ala Moana Beach, not a soul could be seen for miles and miles, something we don't see too often. Only Mother Nature could accomplish such a feat.